Welcome back to Cricket for Americans. Take care.
Gabe, the Night Watchman. Ooh.
You're gonna have to be the night watchman for this one, my friend, because you're gonna, have a hard time with some of the things you gotta talk about, I would assume. We are here to talk about the end of the second match, India Sri Lanka. We didn't get a chance to cover the first match in our busy schedule, but we want to talk about this match and look into the future for anticipate Pakistan, Australia. That's coming in the future. That'll be an interesting match to cover too. But today we're talking about India Sri Lanka second test match. And this, second verse, same as the first, basically, as far as these two teams go from the first test. It was a shellacking by India, and this match was a shellacking by India once again. Let me tell you, just to start off, we're going to do a cricket convos here.
Cricket combos, baby.
We're going to talk about this. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me start off with how I was following the match. I'm not going to sit there and say I watched every single minute. I didn't. I saw a lot of it live. But most of it I was following, and cause I sleep for most of it. But as I'm following it, I'm like, they got 250 in the first innings. I'm not sure, this might be a good chance for Sri Lanka to bounce back after the first test match, 252 to be exact. And, the opening partnership really struggled. Agarwal row hit, combined 19 runs for crying out loud.
Right.
Kohli, Vihari, Pant, all less than 40. Like it was not looking too good. Luckily, Shreyas Iyer did what Shreyas Iyer does. But I was thinking Sri Lanka, they might have a chance here. Subcontinent. I know it's a completely different subcontinent from what it seems as far as the conditions go. But I mean, this Sri Lanka should be game for this. And then I checked the score. I sneeze, I breathe, I brush my teeth. Boom, 86 for 5, 86 for 6, whatever it was. And I'm like, wow. And then they got bowled out for, 109. And after that, they really had no chance of catching up. That was basically the match, right? And it was insane.
Right.
After 2 days, you had 3 innings done in the books. And with the last few minutes of day 2, Sri Lanka loses a wicket, right? I mean, you had 3 innings in 2 days and a little bit of the fourth innings. This is a match that I'm not going to sit there and scream at the top of the rooftops like, yes, this proves India's dominance, right? But they have a really good squad. And Sri Lanka was not ready for the task in this match. What were some of your opening impressions from this match, my friend?
From the first innings, first and foremost, to hold India down with that squad to 92, not to 92, we'll talk about that in a minute, but to hold India down with that squad, murderer's row. The Yankees are known in baseball as murderer's row. I've effectively nicknamed India murderer's row. And it's simple, Nick. It's very simple. It doesn't matter if your top order goes down. It doesn't matter if the middle order goes down. We saw Jadeja by himself outscore Sri Lanka in the last match, right? He put up, 140, 174, 175?
175, yeah, I think it was.
Something crazy like that, okay? Yeah. It's like you can never be comfortable. And that's who the Yankees were. The 1929 Yankees were murderers row. Okay, you're going to get DiMaggio out, no problem. We've got the Babe after him. Oh, Babe is out, all right, no problem. Maris, it's always somebody, you know what I mean? Yogi Berra was on that team as well. Like a lot of different that's what India is, bro. You would feel, even at 252, you feel good about the bowling, bro, because you end up knocking out the opening partnership, to your point, for less than 20 runs. I'll take that. Thank you very much. You got your boy Dhananjaya getting the catch there, but still ended up getting row hit and run out on the first one. Oof. Oh boy, I didn't even notice that.
Mayank.
Mayank. But Dhananjaya is involved in a lot of wickets here. Okay, a lot of wickets. He had himself 7 overs, 1 maiden, 32 runs. So he's a little expensive, but he got himself 2 wickets. Then we got Jayawickrama. I can't even pronounce it. Jayawickrama. Bro, Jayawickrama ends up getting 3-wicket haul, 81 runs though, but in 17 overs, I'll go ahead and take it. And then Embuldeniya, gave up 94 runs, bro. 94 runs in 24 overs, but 3-wicket haul. I will take it, Nick. They took wickets. They ended up bowling out India for under 300. That's an accomplishment. All right. So as far as the bowling, I feel good. It's the batting, and we'll talk about that later. I know you're more you like the batsman, so I'm not gonna steal your thunder there. And on the India side, my gosh, can we say anything else about Bumrah, bro? Bumrah, 10 overs,
Hey,
4 maidens,
easy.
24 runs.
Woo.
Pfeiffer, baby. Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh, daddy. Like, listen. Bumrah is I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say Bumrah, top 3, maybe top 4 in the world right now, as far as giving them the ball. Bro,
Maybe top
come on.
4?
Yeah, top 3 or 4, bro. All right. I mean, come on. You're not gonna put him above Patty Cummins. Patty Cummins, in my opinion, is the best
Oh,
in the
I'm
world.
not.
Period. Oh, maybe you
Bias.
will.
Bias.
Maybe you. Wow. Okay. Bias would be if I said Azuri Joseph. Okay, my namesake, the Night Watchman, is the best in the world. Did I say he's the best bowler in the world, or Shannon Gabriel, any of my West Indies?
Okay, so you're saying, okay, hold on. You're saying that
Ooh, the
Bumrah,
fire's coming.
the separation between Bumrah and Cummings is similar to a Bumrah and Azari Joseph? You
No,
think
but
the separation's similar?
No, but you said,
Better get that Lifebuoy scope out really quick.
You said that it was biased. I'm not trying to just put my West Indies up there. I'm just saying I think Patty Cummings got
You're
a little
an
bit more.
Australian fan? Of course it's biased.
I am. Okay, well, all right. Let us know in the chat, because this is going to be an argument. We got to come. Listen,
Wow.
And let's be real. I know that everybody's going to come with the stats, all right? But I say Boomer's 3 or 4 in the world, okay? In my opinion, I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong, and you guys will be able to let me know. And here's what's funny, Nick. If I start putting up, people are going to lose their minds. If I got to give you my top 3, like, who would I give the ball? I need an over. I need a wicket. Who am I giving the ball to? I'm giving the ball to Patty Cummings. I'm giving the ball to Bumrah. And, bro, it is tough, but people are going to be like, he's not even the best guy on this team. Says you. Bro, I think I'm giving the ball to Nokia. I trust him at this point. I mean, that's just me. That's the eyes. And I know they're all pacers. People are going to be, oh, spinner. There's no, you're going to go ahead, and I see the smile. You're going to go ahead and give me, you love yourself, Rashid Khan. I put him in the top 5 or 10, but I just think that, especially when you need a wicket, bro, I'm going to go to pace. But give me your top 3. You think Boomer's 1? I think it's
I didn't say Boomer's 1. I didn't say Boomer's 1.
Okay.
I didn't say that at all. Talking about spinners, though, Rashid Khan is some kind of nice, right?
But
I do. But there's a man named Ashwin, my friend, Ravi Ashwin. This guy, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, okay? He got himself 4 wickets in the second innings, I believe 2 wickets in the first inning. So he got 6 wickets in this match. Okay. Right. He put himself ahead of Dale Steyn and Kapil Dev. All right. He is in the number 8 spot all time test wickets. Right. All time. I understand he's been playing a little longer than Rashid Khan, but let's just slow down there just for a minute. Okay. Just for a minute. And then as far as Bumrah goes, I wouldn't put him number 1. I honestly think like it's so close in between the different pacers out there. I'm not going to rank them, and I know that's weak. I know that's weak because I want more time to think about it before I just say it willy-nilly, because I have not been thinking about that.
Right.
But what I will say is Bumrah is in some kind of form right now. This guy got 5 wickets in India on a turning track, for crying out loud. Can you tell me any other pacer that's getting 5 wickets on a turning track right now? I don't think so. Not in India. It's his first fifer in India. That's how rare this is. So I'm looking at the locked-in Bumrah right now, who I believe got another 3 wickets in the second innings, for crying out loud. So that's 8 wickets by my count. This guy is in some kind of form, and that's why I kind of do the eye roll a little bit, because the way he just went out there and just bullied Sri Lanka. And let me put it this way, okay? Let's look at the Sri Lanka Pacers, all right? The Sri Lanka Pacers, nothing against them, nothing whatsoever. I think it was a combined 2 wickets from their combined 2 wickets from their Pacers in this match. Bumrah had 8 on the spinning track. 8. I mean, this guy is absolutely insane. My biggest knock on Bumrah, I don't know if it's fit. I'm not sure what it is, but there are some times where he kind of like, disappears for a match or two. And I'm not talking about just not this or that. He's still absolutely amazing. And I'm trying to look it up. I don't have it in front of me because I'm questioning what I'm about to say, but I want to say this is what I read, that he's got 100. That can't be right. Maybe it's Ashwin. One of them's got 100 wickets in the WTC so far since the WTC started, which just started like a few years ago, right?
Right.
100 wickets already.
Let me ask you a question. And I'm giving you my guys, okay? The ICC rankings are Patty Cummins, your boy, who you just mentioned, Ashwin. Then it's Kasigo Rabada. Then it's who's number 4? I had looked at it not too long ago. It's who's after Rabada? I want to say, and we're talking Shaheen Afridi. How do I forget Shaheen Afridi, bro? How do I forget Shaheen Afridi?
He's a monster.
Okay, he's a monster as well.
And let me correct myself. It was 300 international wickets for Bumrah, but keep going.
Right. And Kyle Jamieson. Now, for me, that's what the rankings are. I agree with Patty Cummins. Here, guess what? Patty Cummins doesn't get left off. I said Rabada's probably top 5, right? I said that. However, I like Nokia better. And here's the thing: Rabada's been getting pumped a lot lately, and I'd rather have the left-handed seaming bowler. You know what I'm saying, dude? It's just my opinion. Shaheen Afridi, I got no arguments with that, right? But Nick, here's my thing. Bumrah is actually rated number 10. I take him above Josh Hazelwood. I take him above Neil Wagner. I take him above Jimmy Anderson. And I love Jimmy Anderson. You know I respect Jimmy Anderson. But listen, Jimmy Anderson got dropped by his own team. Jimmy Anderson, basically they're saying that your stuff is no longer what it was, so we're not even going to bother you to take you to West Indies, all right? Tim Southey, stop it. Stop. Who are you going to give the ball to? Tim Southey or Bumrah? Kyle Jamieson or I'm going with Bumrah, period. I'm going with Bumrah. With that being said, Nick, and I think that this is the question. If he is so good, and we're talking about Robbie Ashwin, why does he get left off the team so often? And he complains about himself sometimes. And that's what I love about him. He goes on social media and goes ham, bro. I'm like, did he just really say that? You know what I mean? Him and Stuart Broad are cut from the same clap. They say what they want to say. Why does he get left off?
First of all, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a Kohli decision. Kohli's along with the captain. I'm not sure. The easy answer is this: he's a spinner, and there's some places, Australia, England, whatever, even South Africa, some of those places there, a lot of those places, it's not spin inducive, right? It's not spinning, it's not turning tracks, this or that. So it doesn't, you're going to have at least one spinner, right? And India's got several good spinners, especially if you got a Jadeja in there, all-rounder. You want to put 2? I guess you could have 2, but do you want to put 3? No way. Axar Patel's there. All different types of guys are there. So that's one thing. But going back to what I'd said, it wasn't Bumrah, it was Ashwin. He's got the most wickets in the WTC so far. He's got 100. Your boy Pat Cummins has got 93. So to your point, I don't think he's just got 100 wickets in India, okay? Right. This guy can get wickets. Why is it not on there? I have no idea. We digress quite a bit, but, Bumrah's an animal. Ashwin's an animal. I'm glad you brought that up so I can bring up Ashwin and the stats that this guy's had. It's absolutely phenomenal. Bumrah, 300 career international wickets. Congratulations to him. Right. But this was a match that had several high performances. Let's talk about some other huge performances, okay? First of all, Shreyas Iyer, okay? I posed in one of my solo streams. He's still not out, right? He actually did get out eventually in that second innings. But
that's because they called our boy Hayden Walsh Jr. Said, how do you get this guy out? And Hayden said, I got you, man. And he texted whatever.
He gave away the secret. He gave away the secret.
He gave away the secret. You know what I'm saying? But take that scout.
This guy, I posed a question: is there anyone in a better form than Shreyas Iyer? Just recently in the stream, and someone said Uzi, who at the time was working on a 160. I mean, sorry, JL, sorry, but Uzi's just an animal right now. Those are the 2 best test batsmen right now. And let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. I looked it up. Shreyas Iyer only has 4 tests under his belt. 4. Okay. He's got 388 runs. He's got an average of like 56. He's got
Holy
3
cow.
half centuries and 1 century in 7 innings. Are you kidding me right now? I mean, this
And you
guy, and I
loved him.
believe that
You called it.
spans over South Africa and here in India. I get it. I get it. This guy is such a babe in Test as far as career experience, but this guy is in some kind of form. 92 and 67. 2 more half centuries in this match. He was eating it up for crying out loud. He's the most consistent batsman for India right now in the short stretch of Test match. They've had few number of Test match series actually.
Right.
But he's just absolutely phenomenal. The strike rate, too, almost 94 in that first innings. And then it wasn't as high, 77 in the second innings. But this guy is in some kind of form. Rishabh Pant, okay? Let's talk about Rishabh Pant for a second. Oh, I love myself some Rishabh Pant. And it's the rise of Rishabh Pant. I get this from Second Asia here on Instagram. It says that he was the player of the series versus Sri Lanka. 185 runs, includes the fastest 50 ever by an Indian in Test, 28 balls. Did you hear what I said, Gabe? Ever. Not the last 2 years, not the last 10 years, ever. He passed Kapil Dev, which I've heard of that guy before. My goodness gracious. His 96 runs is his 5th time he's in the nervous 90s. Only Sachin and Raul Dravid have more of those nervous 90s dismissals, right? Talking about dismissals, he got himself 8 in the series, 5 catches, 3 stumpings. Going back, can you have a guy replace MS Dhoni? Easy answer, no. No one's going to replace him. Not a chance. Not even close. But you're telling me, and we're sports fans, right? NFL, you get a legendary quarterback, and you're so mad at me because the Chargers get Justin Herbert right after Phillip Rivers. It's not even fair, right?
Right.
These guys, the Indian Test squad, they go from MS Dhoni to Rishabh Pant, right? And we were talking about Pant not too long ago, like he's struggling. Not anymore. This guy is some kind of a player. And, I mean, we even mentioned Jadeja. We even mentioned the fact that even though he's not going to be on anyone's top 10 for the moments in this series, I thought Fahari held his own very, very good coming in after a long time from international matches. He batted number 3. And I felt he held his own pretty well. There's so much to like on the batting side. And I'm just going to, I'm going to hog this time just a few more minutes because the bowling was not just Bumrah and Ashwin. Everyone, Axar Patel, what else is new? Jadeja, what else is new? Shami, I mean, this guy was batting at one point before they declared like he was going for a half century himself. It was fantastic to see. He got a 6 right there. It was beautiful. He also got himself 2 wickets. This was a dominant win by obviously a much better team. Sorry, just being honest. And it makes South Africa and what happened there, especially with the Test squad, seem like eons ago.
Nick, before I forget my train of thought, and I'm going to get to Sri Lanka in a minute. I love to toot my horn when I'm right, okay? It's probably one of my biggest weaknesses, honestly. Not just on here online, but even at home. My kids, my wife, they know, don't let me be right because you'll never hear the end of it. As my best friend, you know this. But can we get to the point where we start admitting that many of these cricket coaches and many of these cricket boards, selection boards, do not put the best product on the field? They do not care about winning. And what I mean by that is you already mentioned who are the best 2 players in the world. I mean, right now, not best 2 players, but who is in the best form? Uzi. Uzi could not sniff, all right, a position on the Test squad.
Look this way.
And ends up getting dropped, right? Ends up getting dropped. And finally comes back. The minute he comes back, this guy holds court. I can't glow enough about Uzi. To your point, I was wrong. As far as the stats, like I knew Ashwin was up there. I didn't know he's currently ranked number 2. Number 2 last year, Nick, he took the 2nd most wickets as well as a spinner. And that's because India leaves him off all the time. They leave him off all the time. And in my opinion, it's because he's on YouTube. He's very vocal, says what he wants to say. Okay. And that I'm sure doesn't rub people the right way.
About it. He's very
I agree. But you know that does get under people's skin. All right. My final thoughts. We just saw West Indies go up against England, and all of a sudden, Stuart Broad and Jimmy Anderson, two of the greatest English bowlers of all time. As a matter of fact, they got the most wickets in English cricket history combined, 1,100. One's got 600 plus, another's got 500 plus, and they both get dropped. You don't think it's because they're being vocal? You don't think it's because they're and especially Stuart Broad? Like, Nick, do what's in the best interest of the team. Stop this salt. I don't care about your feelings. All right? You know what? You know what we say here in America. Forget your feelings. Forget your feelings. Put the best product on the board. Don't tell me that you made the best decision by benching Uzi. Stop it. Don't tell me Ashwin shouldn't be your frontline spinner every single match. I don't care if you're in Australia. I'm sorry. Do they not got Nathan Lyon? Do they not take wickets as a spinner? It's excuses, bro. It's politics. And it happens in all sports. And I am tired of it, Nick. I am tired of coaches with their big egos and owners with their big egos and in cricket selection committees with their big egos. Put the best people on the field. Gosh, for the love of Pete, dude, it drives me crazy. With my rant out of the way there, Nick.
Are you sure?
This team has the same problem that England has right now. They've got one or two guys, of course, the captain, that can carry that batting, and then it's it. It's it. How in the second innings do you score 160 runs between two players, right? We got the captain, the move got 107, and Mendes got 54, and the team total only put up 208. The rest of the team only put up 40 runs. The rest of the team only put up 40 runs. Come on, Nick. That's. And we can go back.
It's tough.
Come on. That's bad. It's worse than England. It's not. England can at least say we did better than that. But hey, Johnny Bairstow put up, what was it? $120 of your runs or so? No, it was $160, I think, or 140. He was almost at 150. He put up 140. I think it was Stokes put up 40. So combined, Nick, they put up a combined 180 runs, and England barely got the 300. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, listen. And that's the thing that makes India so different, in my opinion, Nick. Kohli hasn't been Kohli. And here I'm going to go get a whole bunch of hate in the comments. Don't care. When's Kohli's last century? Okay? Being honest. All right? When's his last half century? Okay? Listen. Kohli hasn't been Kohli. To your point, Rohit got in that first inning dismissed on 15 balls, but it doesn't matter. Bro, it's always somebody, and that's why it's Murderers Row. In South Africa, before your boy emerged, it was KL Rahul, who had a masterful performance combined with Mayank Agarwal in that first match, right? Like, if it's not, it's Rashid Pant. If you're a bowler, dude, you walk in there like, for the love of Pete, can we get to the tail enders? Where's Bumrah? Because that's the one thing Bumrah can't do is bat. Where's Bumrah? All right, because even Robbie Ashwin got himself a couple centuries. But that's what separates, in my opinion, India from any other lineup. Maybe Australia, but even Australia has a couple holes. Now that we've got Uzi back in there, the top order is good. But after Cameron Green, the bottom, let's say after 7 is kind of weak or whatever. India bats probably through 8, bro. And it's always somebody. And it's, how do you approach a lineup like this, Nick? It's got to be the most frustrating thing if you're a coach on the other side saying, how do we beat this team?
Well, and that's a good point, because it segues into how dominant they are at home, like a lot of teams. Again, we saw Team India missing a few players, but Team India, with their pants down in South Africa. South Africa plays really well at home. Your Australia plays really well at home. England recently, maybe not so much, but, they play better at home. But India is so dominant at home, it's not even funny. Like, it's just, you go into India like, come on, let's be lucky if we win one match, for crying out loud. It's so tough because you have those spinners. And to your point, you mentioned Nathan Lyon. I can't remember a match, honestly, in Test where Nathan Lyon was not the spinner. I can't remember one in the 2 years plus we were watching cricket, because they know Test,
it's our guy.
Anywhere, Nathan Lyon, plug him in. He's going to be there. You better be ready to go, right? And it's so tough. They're still down 2 guys. Vihari and Mayank aren't their starting 11 guys, right here, and they still, they didn't need a whole lot to here. I like my Ank a lot. He wasn't able to show too much, but neither was Rohit, to tell you the truth. The best things Rohit did, was when to declare and his filling positions and whatnot, and when where to put the bowlers and whatnot, because you can't tell me you're going to get 5 wickets without a little bit of help from who's telling you when to go and where.
He's a really good captain. He's a really good captain.
He's a fantastic captain, and this is the same thing Mumbai. He does not have to be the top scorer every single game for his team to win, and that's what's fantastic. But I mean, when you have a game, Gabe, where your openers really don't do too much, both innings, and you win easily, you're right. You declare. Think about this. They declared their second innings in the second day. They declared their second innings in the second day.
That's disrespectful.
And what was the score when they declared? They were in the 400s or the 500s. They were barely at 300, and they declared.
Right.
I mean, that's just dominant. Come on.
They knew they were going to win. Come on. They knew they were going to win.
Come on.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Again, I think that, to your point, Nick, they're super dominant at home. Most teams are. All right. But with India, it's a different story. Plus, India is also expected to win away from home where other teams aren't. You know what I mean? Like, India loses a match, period, and people lose their mind. Like, yeah, people lose. It happens. Teams lose. I mean, those are my thoughts on this match, Nick. And I think that, especially, I love learning things. Sometimes even working with you and reviewing, reacting to a match, I was wrong. Okay. According to the ICC, which knows way more than I do, currently ranked, you're right, Ashwin is number 2, right behind Patty Cummings, number 1. Come on. Patty Cummings passes the eye test. But, Nick, if that's the case, I just don't understand. Can you imagine what he would have done? He was number 2 taking wickets last year in 2021, 2022 season. Could you imagine what he would have done if they played him all the time? If he was the Nathan Lyon, where I don't care where we're at, England, Australia, Sri Lanka, New Zealand, you're our guy. And the selection committee and captains don't play this nonsense of, playing politics. Man, he could have 500 wickets already. What is he at? 442 right now? 450, something to that effect. Like, come on. You know what, Nick? We're starting a new campaign. Hashtag free Ashwin. Guys, go on Twitter, blow it up. Hashtag free Ashwin. We got to go ahead and free this man. Just take the handcuffs off. There should be no reason he's ever left off. Hashtag free Ashwin. And I'm going to give it to CFA Nation right now. They never hear me say this. My gosh, Nick was right. Oh, the guy is disgusting. Woo! Currently number 2. Oh, man. I don't know what to say to myself.
He's amazing. Let me just highlight a few Sri Lanka players here from this match. And you get excited about it because of the youth, 23, 25 years old. And we're talking about the 2 spinners there. They got themselves serious wickets. I think they got 6 wickets each. 6 wickets each. Jayawickrama actually got 7. But we're talking about Jayawickrama. This guy's only played like 4 test match. He's got 25 wickets, Gabe. 25 in 4 matches. We get it in test. You have 2 innings per match, but still 25 wickets. And he really held his own, 23 years old. And then Embuldeniya, he has a few more test matches under his belt. Not as impressive as what the other guys got, but still very, very impressive. Like 70 career test wickets. But this guy, he was able to take some big wickets, including, the last guy to get this guy out was Hayden Walsh Jr. We're talking about Shreyas Iyer, Mr. Not Out. I mean, he was about to get the tattoo on his arm, and then Embuldeniya got, okay, all right, I'm not invincible. So he got himself some big wickets there, and definitely want to throw some love there. But unfortunately, this was just an unmatched match and unrivaled match. And for this time, at this point, India's got a better team. But I believe in Sri Lanka, they're doing their thing. They're bringing in the young guys. They're developing that team. And, don't sleep on them in the next few years or whatever as they are rising up. Let us know what you guys think about this match, please. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment below and let us hear all your thoughts, especially what we got wrong, especially what we ticked you off about saying. We really appreciate that.
You know who you just ticked off right now, my friend? You ticked off one Dom Bess. Dom Bess has 36 wickets in 14 test matches. He's like, hey, what are you talking about? What are you talking? Like, what? 25 in 4 test matches? Hey, don't be smirched today. Like, Am I supposed to do that? Am I supposed to do that? You know what I mean? Why you just threw that? Dom Best will never see the light of day again. See what you did now, Nick? Now people are going to be
But
like,
listen, Dom Best does not play subcontinent, okay? That's not where his home's at. All right.
He doesn't play anywhere,
remember
bro.
what Dom Best did in Sri Lanka? He got himself 5 wickets. You had a heart attack.
Bro, I was shocked. Listen, the whole world had a heart attack. Like, is that Dom Best? Is it in the posture?
The turning track definitely helps, which again is more impressive that Bumrah, I think he was leading wicket taker with 8. And he's like, I'm not a spinner. What are you talking about? I can play anywhere.
There's rumors that Dom Best is trying to change his nationality, bro. He's trying to become Sri Lankan so he could go play in Sri Lanka. What, bro? I read it on the internet.
I was able to sleep during that match. I was feeling good about myself. How dare you? I hope the mental health of a Dom Best is in a good state right now. Let us know what you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time,
that's 6 runs.